What's going on, everybody? Thanks for stopping in for the night of Pirate Talk. Me and Connor have been gone for the past, what has it been, 2 weeks now, I think.
You guys 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. We've been getting ready for the Rubicon trail, which we'll be going over tonight. That was a mess. But still had a good time. I mean, you look back on it after all the stuff that happened, and you laugh about it now, but when we were there, it was not cool. But
it was like
anyway, yeah, it's definitely good to be back. 2 weeks ago, I was in Vegas for work, so I missed that one. And then the week after that, we were getting ready for the Rubicon. So, yeah, thanks for stopping in. Good to be back.
Yeah. You guys missed the week before last, so I had to hold the show down by myself. So that was an adventure too.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh shoot.
Oh, thanks, Levi. Have I done it? Have I not done a show yet with this there?
No.
No, you didn't have that there before.
Oh, cool.
Thanks for stopping in, David. Love to wander. Thanks for stopping in again, buddy. He says my interceptor is alive. Heck yeah! Is that the regular interceptor or the class 1? Mother Rocks RC, thanks for stopping in. We got Sloth Crawler in the house. What up, Dave?
Big Dave.
Levi, thanks for stopping in again, buddy. Let me see. Half Hawaiian, thanks for stopping in again. Rad Raff, Crazy Gip, Kurtz RC, Mike Carter.
Mike, I didn't end up going quite over to there. We had issues with our buddy's truck not wanting to take fuel, so we kind of took a different route. So hopefully I'll have to try and catch you next time.
Hey Travis, I keep forgetting to get a hold of you, buddy. If you're still looking right now. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, you won the raffle towards the end. You won the new SCX-24 that's coming out, right, Connor? The one with the Toyota body.
Yeah, is that what he won?
Yeah, yes, that he won the new SCX-24. So when those come available, Travis, we'll get that to you. You can pick your color.
They're available.
Oh, they are? Okay. So just go ahead and pick your color, Travis, and then let us know what color. Just shoot us an email, and then we'll get that ordered up for you, and shoot us your address as well in that email, and then we'll ship that over to you. My bad, I forgot to get a hold of you, but I figured I'd see you on here again, if not at Proline. So.
Oh, Wyatt's in here.
We got Mammy.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Mammy.
One of our Rubicon brothers.
Dude, Wyatt went out to nationals this week and just freaking killed it. Dude went out there, won sporty and won pro. The dude literally, like, the day before he left to go there, he built a whole new pro. He'd never driven it before, and I'm like, and it's the same chassis I run. I was like, dude, you'll be fine. Like, I got 11th at the Arizona Shootout. If I can get 11th at the Arizona Shoot, you can get first at nationals 100%. And then he goes out there and just murders everybody. I'm like, freaking guy, dude.
Well, it's Wyatt, so.
Yeah, dude, Wyatt, right. You put a potato on some Red Cat axles or something, he's still going to beat you.
What up, Rosef? Thanks for stopping in, buddy.
Rosef.
We got Russell here from Op 11. What up, Russell?
Oh, Dennis is here. Dude, what's happening, Dennis?
Dennis the Menace?
Yeah.
Dennis the Menace. Let me see. Right on. So let's just go ahead and jump on in, because I'm sure we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
From the madness on the Rubicon.
Yeah. This will mostly be, I think, the Rubicon follow-up episode. We got some pictures and stuff. I know Christian's got some stuff lined up to show off, but for tonight's giveaway, because we ditched you guys last week because we were on the Rubicon, and we don't have a special guest scheduled as of right now for tonight. So because we've been slacking on the job, because getting ready for Rubicon, tonight's giveaway will be a blue Interceptor chassis.
Yoy!
So it comes with the panhard mount right there.
There you go.
There we go. It's a panhard mount in the top part there. And so anyway, it looks black on the screen almost, but it is blue. So yeah, giveaway. We'll do that at the end of the show.
It really pops in the sun too.
Yeah.
Rad Raff, yeah, we saw his video already. His video is really good. Logan's Rubicon video. And then Dad's Jeep, he pulled over an FJ. It wasn't a Jeep, it was some FJ40 on the trail. We didn't know the guy.
I can pull that up on Instagram too and show everybody.
Okay.
As well.
Yeah, that happened.
Are we gonna be doing what we talked about beforehand for everyone on the live as well as the giveaway?
Yeah, no, this is the giveaway tonight.
No, but are we going to be doing what the other thing that we talked about or no?
No. It was one of the others what we ended up doing.
All right, never mind. And then before I forget, because I know I will, and it's in my mind right now. For Proline by the Fire, I just got off the phone with Javier from Operation 11 Charlie. They're going to be doing a raffle truck. It's going to be a Rock Parts RC Class 1 Interceptor, full build, like the captain's and mine. I'm going to be building it. One of the guys from Op 11 is going to be painting the body. And then Wes Ezra Wheeler is also going to promote it on his channel and his page. Since Axial Fest was canceled this year, that put a huge dent. Created some issues for them this year as far as budgeting goes, and they want to bring as many veterans to Proline by the Fire as they can. So just keep an eye out on our Instagram and Wes Ezra Wheeler's page as well as Operation 11 Charlie. Like I said, I'm going to be building the truck to be fully decked out, Class 1 Interceptor, Incision drive shafts, Reefs transmission, Holmes Hobby V3, Holmes Hobby 380 revolver with a secure ESC, and then all the other goodies. So keep an eye out on that raffle. So that raffle is going to be happening before Proline by the Fire. So then that way they can go ahead and try and get as many veterans to Proline as they can. So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
And speaking of Proline, we haven't announced this yet either. But everybody is familiar with Scale City at Proline by the Fire. And it's such a huge part of Proline by the Fire. It's just something that everybody always looks forward to at Scale City. So Rock Pirates, when we signed up for Proline by the Fire, they had the option for one person or one company or person, it could be, to be the sponsor of Scale City. So guess who the sponsor is of Scale City this year? Rock Pirates RC.
All right.
So, yeah. So we signed up for that, and Mama Kate's working on something special for Rock Pirates to have at the Scale City. But yeah, Scale City brought to you by MyTrick RC and Rock Pirates RC. So
all right.
Yeah, it's gonna be very cool. We're excited about that.
Does that entail us building a bunch of buildings, or is MyTrick going to be bringing a bunch of it?
MyTrick is still going to do the regular thing that they do.
Okay.
But we are a financial contributor to Scale City to make that happen. Cool. Yeah.
Right on. I was like, I got a couple of rigs I got to build beforehand, so I don't know if I'm have time to be building buildings.
Yeah, we're not going to advertise this, but just only people that are a part of our program will know this. But Mama Kate's working, and we're working with some other friends of ours. We'll give them kudos as we move along. But Printed Addictions is helping us, and some others. But we are going to do a drive-in, shipwreck drive-in. It's going to be called.
Oh, that'll be cool.
And I'm not going to give you the details, but it's going to be the ideas that we have. It's Mom's a big part of it, so it's going to be pretty cool.
Well, if I see anything like my old elementary school projects, if they came out how they came out, Mom will do a good job. So
yeah, Yeah, that is true. She's really, really crafty.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right on. All right. Well, with that, let's. How do you want to get into talking about the Rubicon?
So everybody knows if you're not familiar with Rubicon Trail, it's in Northern California. It's world famous. It's just below Lake Tahoe, and we did the Rubicon Trail last year. There's a video actually covering last year's trip that we did on the Rock Parts RC YouTube channel. And we had such a good time. We went with the Schultzes and some other friends, the guys from Squatch Racing and Sealmate and some other friends and family. Man, my snake's going crazy over here right now. She just wants to come out.
AK Fab Works.
What's that?
AK Fab Works.
Yeah.
Headset advisor.
Huh?
Headset advisor. Dave.
Yep, Dave from Headset Advisor.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And so everybody had such a good time. We decided we're going to do it again next year. So we just got back from this year's trip.
Had a great. Yeah.
It's not on YouTube yet, but I'll share one more thing, and I'll let Christian or Connor jump in. But we have a CJ6. It's an old 1966 CJ, and it's been in our family for about 25 or 30 years. And Christian has it now, and we did a last ditch effort storm on it to try to get it ready to run the Rubicon this year. And we were successful in getting it ready, but at least we thought we were until we got on the trail. And so
that's when the mess started.
That's where the mess started. Yeah, about a quarter of the way in, we started realizing we've got a problem.
Mile 4 to be exact.
Were we that? Was it mile 4?
Yeah, it was Arnold's Rock. Arnold's Rock, right at mile 4, is when everything just went downhill.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it turned in from the Rubicon Trail trip into a literal rescue mission to get the Jeep out of the Rubicon somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Like crawling out of the pits of hell.
Mm-hmm. Travis said LS and 1 ton. I don't know about changing the power plant because I don't want to go that deep. I might have to, but at least 1 tons, if not beefier axles, is happening. 40-inch tires and complete suspension overhaul, and I will have my revenge the next time the CJ hits the Rubicon.
Yeah,
and the axles had nothing to do.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
The axles are not the problem.
Stock Dana 30 up front, and I had that thing was ship shape.
I've been running that. I've been beating the hell out of that Dana 30 for 11 years now.
Yeah. Oh, Dave mentioned the Cybertruck. We'll talk about the Cybertruck too.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a funny story in itself.
Yeah, we've got video of the Cybertruck too. We did run into those guys.
Yeah. All right. So you want me to take it over?
Yeah, I mean, we thought we had it figured out the first night when we found the broken motor mount.
Yeah, I'll get into that.
Okay.
So, all right. So anyway, we started the Rubicon Trail at Loon Lake this year. Some people run it backwards, but we ran it the normal way. Excuse me. So took off on Thursday. Everything was going good. We had about 15 rigs with us this year, so it was kind of slow moving until the Jeep started having issues. But took off, got through the gatekeeper. I had to get high lift jacked up on the driver's side once because I was just stuck. I had a huge rock right at perfect length of my wheelbase. So anyway, they jacked me up out of there, drove out of the rest of the way. It wasn't too bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. The trail breaker or the what do they call it?
The gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper. My brain's not working. Anyway, got through there. And the next couple obstacles, Connor, do you remember what that vertical, right where Brad got stuck on that rock, ready to turn left and go up that vertical rock? You know what that rock that was called?
Oh no, I don't know. I could look at. I could look at Onyx right now and probably find
Yeah,
it.
look it up. So it's a crazy like steep rock that you got to go up, and the right side was the less steep side, but it had a huge hole in it that everyone was getting stuck in. So you really had to stay driver. Well, I was watching the JKs and the JLs and the XJs go up, and they were all like driver front was getting super light. So I was my turn to go, and so I was legit scared. Like I thought for sure. What was it?
People's front ends were getting light on that one.
Yeah, like Dave's front end got like his driver front. It wasn't. It didn't come off, but it was getting light. And like being as I like my track width is a heck of a lot narrower than everyone else's, so I went up it and I just gave a little bump at the bottom to get into it and stayed on it and ended up pulling out. My heart was going 100 miles an hour. I had to pull over after I got to the top and kind of take a little breather because I was like, I don't get scared with that kind of stuff, but like that Jeep doesn't flex a whole lot because it's on leaf springs and stuff still. So anyway, got through there, started going through the rest of the trail. The Jeep started to run a little bit, a little bit hot. It was probably pushing, it was hovering around 190, got up to like 220 at one point. So I would shut it down and do what the best I could to cool it down. So for the rest of the day after that, it's probably somewhere around like 1 or 2 o'clock. I was fighting engine temp. And towards the end of the day, the Jeep was just too hot. Got the transmission hot, so I lost all the torque. Jeep wasn't running good, so ended up having to stop because that's where that Toyota, that Land Cruiser or whatever that thing was, ended up flipping on its side. So if I'll pull it up on the Instagram here in a minute. But anyway, the captain had to go over there. Their buddy tried to recover him, and his winch line broke. So the captain drove up, backed up to like this crazy, like it had to be at least a 30 to 50 foot drop, vertical drop on one side.
Yeah,
so,
barely had room there to get to manipulate the Gladiator to get it in position to winch him up.
Yeah. So anyway, so he winched him back up, and he wasn't just on his side; it was on a downhill. So the Toyota was actually like downhill this way, so we had to pull him all the way back up and over. Once we got him out of the way, he fired it up. Eventually, once the oil got back down to the bottom of the motor, and their group took off, and the captain had to back down because the Jeep just didn't want to run no more. I didn't have any torque or nothing, so he ended up hooking me up for the very first time at mile 4, right before mile 4 at Arnold's Rock. Had to tow me up the rock. We backed it down into the bushes. It's already getting dark at this point. Connor and the rest of the group had already made it to Buck Island for the night to camp, and we had to spend the night on Arnold's Rock,
which was beautiful.
It was great. It was we had our own bathroom, great view. The weather up there at night. The weather was pretty good all weekend. It was just hot for us because we were just working on the Jeep the whole time. But anyway, woke up in the morning, started looking at the Jeep, and I was telling the captain before we even left for the Rubicon, I said, I'm cutting these wheel wells out. And he's like, well, if there's any mud and it's going to get the engine compartment all dirty and this, and I said, I don't care what you say, I said, they're coming out. I brought my Sawzall with me with metal blades. So I said, take your little finger and draw a line in the dirt on the inside of the.
Yeah, we got this on video too.
On the inside of the wheel well. Oh, we do. And anyway, I hacked those out. I actually did a clean job with that.
Yeah, nice.
Came out. That was factory.
Yeah, it was.
So did that, and then fired up the Jeep, and then the driver's side motor mount we saw was broken. So every time I would give it some throttle, the whole thing would obviously torque twist, and the fan started hitting the fan shroud. So we had.
Well, the key thing was, remember that night you found the distributor cap loose, and when the engine was lifting, the distributor cap was actually hitting the control module of the Predator system of the hull. Yeah, so it was knocking the distributor cap off, which of course ruins your timing and all your your ignition. So we thought that was the only problem we had. Once we saw that, at that point, we're like, okay, cool, we figured it out. Other than the overheating, which we thought we resolved too with the Sawzall.
Yeah. So we figured that out, mounted the distributor cap back down, cut the wheel wells out, and then we didn't have a welder with us, so our buddy Braden had a 100-pound baling wire that we ended up making like an X pattern and just wrapped as tight as we could. Like I can't countless times to keep that motor from torquing over. Once we got done with that, it's probably somewhere around doing all that stuff. It's probably somewhere around like 11 o'clock, 12. Took off. The good Lord above provided a Rubicon Trail Association guy. He was chilling out in his Toyota Land Cruiser, and he had a welder. And I said, "Well, how much are you gonna? How much to weld it up?" And he looked at me. He goes, "Well, I'm not going to weld it up, but I'll let you borrow it." And I was like, "All right, that's fine." So, because I got plenty of stick time before the Rubicon too. I've made rock sliders for it with 2-inch by 3/16 square tubing. So, so this welder, it's called a bun welder. Look them up on, if you guys need a cool trail welder. You can't weld a whole ton of stuff on it because it's run off of 2 car batteries. So the captain and I took the batteries out of our vehicles, hooked everything up, and then he had pieces of like 1-inch steel strap in there. So Braden clamped it onto one of my rock sliders, and I started beating it with a hammer to put a little bit of a bend on it. And actually hooked it up as a flux core gun with it had like a little spool on the gun. So welded that up.
The funny thing is like literally probably a couple hours before this happened, we were on the side of the trail and he had his hood popped because he was letting the Jeep cool down. And I was just sitting there looking at his engine bay, and I was just staring at that engine mount. I was like, that's crazy that engine mount holds up, because it's his engine mount. It's like a square tube, but it has a notch right in the middle of it for the steering shaft to go through. So I was looking at that, I was like, that's so crazy that holds up. And then
that's not even where it broke.
Yeah, well, that's just funny because I was staring at that exact engine mount and I was like, that's crazy. And then later on, the engine mount broke. I was like, driver's side? They're like, yeah. I was like, God, that is weird.
No, that's factory. I made that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Custom.
That wasn't going to break.
I could tell.
That wasn't going to break.
Yeah, so anyway, so I bent a little piece of 1-inch steel strap, welded that up, and it was solid. I never had any issues with that for the rest of the trip. Ended up
yeah, that welder worked great though.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's called a bun welder.
It had great penetration, made a nice little bead. Good, that it wasn't going to break after that.
No.
I'm honestly surprised we didn't have issues with the rest of the trip, just because of at one point in the trip, it just got to a point like you just can't make this shit up anymore. Like how much can go wrong? It's just
on the CJ,
yeah, on the CJ.
Yeah. So we'll just keep tally. So at this point, it was overheating issues, broken motor mount.
I got a list right here. I'm going to show you guys when you get done. Everybody's
broken motor mount. Cut the wheel wells out of it. Distributor cap was loose. So anyway, got done welding up the motor mount. Took off down the trail. Jeep was running great. About same time, 12:30, 1 o'clock. Jeep starts getting warm again. Starts getting hot, and just didn't want to run no more. So I had to get hooked back up to the tow strap.
Back of the Gladiator.
On the back of the Gladiator again. The captain towed me out to like this field, and we were just going to keep trying to go to the lake, but it was just going to be too much of a hassle. So we're like, oh, let's just try and fix it real quick. So we spent like the next 3 to 4 hours working on the Jeep. I started on the Holly. It has a little 3-inch display, and it tells me air to fuel ratios and stuff like that. Well, I noticed it was running lean, which will make your motor run hot. So start messing with the idle screw to get my idle air control numbers.
Wyatt.
Clark's. So anyway, I get done fiddling with the idle air control, like just adjusting some stuff, and we're like, hey, well, let's see if it'll start. So I had to take the air cleaner off to get to the screw. I put the air cleaner on the driver's side tire,
Are you sure you want to tell this part of the story?
Dude, it's part of the shit show.
I thought you might skip this part.
No,
you don't have to be completely transparent, Christian. It's okay.
It's part of the shit show. It's a good laugh. People would come and make fun of me for it.
It was funny as hell.
I mean, you live and you laugh. But anyway, so well, when I stopped the Jeep to get it out, it stalled out and it wasn't running. So after I got done doing all that, adjusting the throttle body and stuff, I went to go turn the Jeep on to see how it was going to run. Well, the Jeep doesn't have a neutral switch in it. So you can have it in drive, turn the key, and it'll fire up. Well, I wasn't paying attention because I was already frustrated from the day before, and fired up the Jeep. Of course, it's in drive, takes off. The captain's Jeep is in front of me up at the top of this rock. Well, I see the Jeep heading for the CJ heading for the Gladiator, and I just
nobody's in the Jeep, and it's
crawling in the Jeep, and
down the trail.
It's trying to crawl up this hill towards the captain's Jeep. Well, I go reach in just to try and shut the ignition off to kill it. Well, remember I left the air cleaner on the driver's side tire. Well, as the Jeep moved, it fell off in front of the tire, and the Jeep rolled over the air cleaner. Smashed it. So, and it's one of those big Edelbrock air cleaners. Probably looks like a damn Frisbee. So, that put us all in an even worse mood than we were before. Pulled the Jeep off to the side for the next couple hours. Tried to straighten out the air cleaner as best we could, and I mean, we got it pretty good actually.
Travis said it's like an episode of Roadkill. That's exactly actually what it was like, but worse.
We're just getting started.
Oh yeah, but wait, there's more. So anyway, we get the air cleaner straightened out and notice the motor's still running lean. So, I didn't drop. Before we left for the trip, the Jeep had some bad fuel in it after sitting for a year. So I pulled all that out, and I noticed there was like some sediment in the bottom, but it wasn't a lot. And I should have dropped the tank. The captain told me not to because it was a pain in the butt to drop the fuel tank on that thing.
Mistakes were made.
So the Holley system that I have has two fuel filters. There's one pre-micron filter, and then you got the fuel pump, and then a post filter after the pump just to pick up anything else. Well, I take the pre-filter off, go to dump the fuel out, and it's like mud. There's black, just mud, nasty.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, that's why the fuel pump's getting louder is because it's
starving. Yeah.
It's starving. So anyway, we go to try and rinse that out as best we could. By this point, we're just so frustrated with everything, trying to figure out, like, Braden fired up his Starlink. We're trying to figure out, like, tuning stuff on the Holley to try and get more fuel to it.
Which big shout out to Starlink. Holy shit. That is like, I'm so glad that the two people in our group had Starlinks.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a lifesaver.
Yeah, we're back in nowhere land at this point. And
by this time we're at mile 4. We're at about mile 5.5, because I think Buck Island is mile 6. So
when they spent the night on the trail, the night before they welded up the engine mount, we were down trail, not super far, but it's far when there's trees because comms don't like to go through trees. Trees are just really good at signal blockers. So I had to walk it was like 50, 100 yards from camp maybe, because I was with the rest of the group guiding all of them into where we were camping, and I had my radio itself couldn't reach them, so I walked over to the porter shitters, and they have an aluminum door frame on the porter shitter. And the only way I could contact them, besides Starlink, which they didn't have theirs on, we didn't have ours at the time, we couldn't communicate to both turn them on at the same time. I put my radio antenna up against the metal frame of the porter shitter door, and that's how I contacted them. And
it was like clear as day too.
Oh yeah, it was perfect. And if I was not near that door, could not get a hold of a metal. It was just crazy. The perfect little porter shitter antenna.
Yeah. That's awesome. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So anyway, after messing with the fuel system and running over the air cleaner, we got the air cleaner all straightened out. We got Grandpa, he turns 80 this year. He's out there with like a Yeti water bottle, putting it inside the air cleaner and trying to like use it as like a rolling pin, trying to straighten it back out. So by this time it was already getting pretty late, probably around like 5:30, 6 o'clock. Sun's starting to go down. So we're like, screw it. We're getting towed. We're towing the CJ to Buck Island. So I hooked up to the umbilical cord again, get yanked out to Buck Island. That was fun because there were some pretty tight spots and other things to get through there. Finally get within like 50 yards of where we were going to park the CJ.
Not even like 25 feet.
Yeah. Where we were going to park the CJ, and the captain was looking at a line for a while, trying to figure out where he was going to go. So I shut the Jeep off because it was running super lean by that point.
Yeah, we had one more big rock we had to get on top of to get to
big rock. So Jeep was running super lean, so I shut it down because I didn't want to hurt the motor. And he picks his line. I go to fire the Jeep back up. Well, it won't start because there's just no fuel getting to it. So they just started yelling at me, "Hey, just muscle the steering, just turn the ignition, the key on the column, and it'll free up the steering." So he starts pulling me while I'm kind of in like this little like off camber V, and my steering's already going like towards driver, and I'm trying to like muscle this thing. I'm bending the steering wheel, trying to get the tires to come back straight. Well, I don't have like a universal joint steering shaft on there. It's called a rag joint. So basically there's the steering column, the steering shaft, and then there's a rag, which is like a piece of rubber with like some fibers sewn through it. And then the steering box is what meets that, and that's what holds that whole assembly together. Well, in the process of not having power steering, me trying to torque the steering over, I blew the rag joint up on the steering. So
now the steering's like this.
So now the steering's doing this. I was able to fire the Jeep back up and use enough steering. It didn't completely come apart, but it was enough to like be able to kind of like lift me over to like out of that V notch. And then the captain towed me a little bit farther. Connor was kicking the tires straight because I couldn't steer anymore. So by this time, we had already had the air cleaner gone. The fuel system was jacked. Motor mount was fixed. Overheating, still had overheating issues. Now I got broken steering. The fuel pump was pretty much burned up. So we got a hold of the Rubicon Trail Association guys, God bless their soul, told us what radio frequency they were on. So we ended up, by the grace of God, getting a hold of them because they still had their radios on and they were listening. And so we told them that we needed a 60 PSI electric fuel pump because that's what the Holly requires to run. They had one. So I don't know if Brad's in here. I haven't seen it. But Brad, one of our team drivers, ended up, God bless his soul. We woke up early in the morning. They told us where they dropped the fuel pump. Drove about an hour and 45 minutes to almost 2 hours to go get backwards on the trail this time. Brad's rig, it's awesome. It's big Toyota on 43-inch tires, air shocks. It's a monster. So get the fuel pump, come back. By that time, the guys already started working on the steering, getting the steering fixed. And it was actually pretty cool. What they did is for that rag joint in the middle, they ended up taking an old tow strap where it's like looped over and then it's sewn back to itself. They cut a piece of that out and used that as a rag joint. They got that all back together, which was, I was telling them, it was better than it was before. Like my steering was great.
Well, Caden and Stevie, the first night when we were all spent that first night after we broke the steering. Everybody we were just done. We were fighting this Jeep the whole time. And Caden, my nephew, and his buddy Stevie, family friend forever, grabbed their toolbox without even saying a word. Those guys grabbed their toolbox, went down there, dropped the steering box out of it, and then pulled the steering shaft out of it. And then while you guys were chasing the fuel pump, me and Braden and Big Al,
Chicken Bone RC. Chicken Bone RC. That's so people
we took that we had to grind it and cut it, but we were able to get that rag joint to separate. And then we did exactly what Christian said. Big Al, Chicken Bone RC, grabbed that toe strap, and we marked it. We put the the rag joint on top of it and marked where the holes needed to be. And then he went and heated a screwdriver on the barbecue.
That's why my screwdriver's black. I pulled my screwdriver out the other day to use it, and I was like, what on God's green earth happened to my screwdriver?
They use that to melt through the nylon of the strap to make the holes for the assembly to go back together.
That's awesome. I wish I'd have seen that. I missed all of that.
Oh, that was total MacGyver. And then every time I needed a tool, I needed the grinder to grind off the old studs for the rag joint. They've got those 2 studs that go through. And Braden's like, I got that. He started pulling tools out of it. Like, dude, how do you got room for any of your camping gear or anything? He had like all these tools. But we were able to grind those heads off and then use a screwdriver and a hammer to punch them out. And then Connor, did you have the nuts or the bolts in your bag?
I had the nuts and the washers.
You had the nuts, yeah. Braden had those 2 bolts, and they were just the perfect diameter, perfect length. They both were the same thread. I mean, it was like miracle of miracles. I was really looking up saying thank you, because he only had these 2 nuts. He only had these 2 bolts, and they were exactly what we needed to put that rag joint back together. I mean, it was like, how does that happen? But so we made a new rag joint, like Christian said, it was better than new when we got done. Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah. So after we got done putting the new fuel pump in and putting in fixing the steering, we still had fuel issue, so we had to figure out how to get clean fuel to the system, so that way it wouldn't keep loading up and burn up the new fuel pump. So, well, Braden, he's just like the AutoZone on wheels out there, O'Reilly's, whatever.
He's the Ed's Auto Parts on the Rubicon.
Pick your favorite auto parts store, and he had a fuel jug with fuel in it, so he put the rest of that in his Jeep. And my fuel tank still had quite a bit of fuel in it, but it was like coffee, obviously. So we ended up.
But we needed it. So we took the old fuel pump, got all the sediment out of there, and took one of my Milwaukee batteries with some wire and hooked that up and touched it to the fuel pump and started pulling all the nasty fuel out of it into a bucket. And then we would take the bucket and pour that through like coffee filters or through a microfiber cloth into a funnel.
But what happened while we were doing that?
I'll get there. I'm getting there.
Are you sure you want to tell that story?
We do it. We did it like 2 or 3 times. No big deal. Well, one of the times they went to go do it, when they were standing next to the bucket and they went to go connect the wire to the battery, well, it sparked, and I'm turned around and I don't see, like, all of a sudden people start panicking. I turn around, the bucket's on fire.
Fire everywhere.
Like the hose on the fuel pump that was going into the tank was like catching fire. And
Al had to rip it out of there.
Yeah, Al chucked it over onto the rocks. Thank God we had a lid, so we starved the fire in the bucket. And fire everywhere.
And then Brad's out there with his extinguisher.
Oh yeah, we had the fire extinguisher there. So Brad's over there. Like Brad used to be a firefighter, so that we put him on fire watch.
He's like, it is my time.
So anyway,
there was fire everywhere.
Wyatt said fire everywhere.
And we actually have footage of this. It's gonna be in the video. We have footage of the entire thing.
So
I don't know if we want that liability.
We didn't
burn the forest down. We had extinguishers.
They might not let us ever come back. They see it.
You might be right.
They can't stop us.
Anyway, after all that, we've filtered all the fuel as much as we could, filled up the 5-gallon jug. Well, we had to run. The Holly has a pickup and a return on it, so we had literally just enough fuel line to be able to run the pickup and the return into the jug.
Well, you didn't tell them what we did. We took the gas can, put it in the bed.
Oh yeah, we took the gas can, put it in the back of the Jeep, strapped it down, ran both fuel lines into it,
drilled holes in the floor of the Jeep,
drilled holes in the floor of the Jeep to get through, run the fuel lines through, wrapped them with electrical tape so that they wouldn't get chafed and start leaking fuel everywhere. Anyway, by the time we get done doing all of this mess, this was, what day was it? Friday? Saturday. This was Saturday morning. So Saturday morning, after we get done, now it's late Saturday afternoon. We take off at like 4:45 p.m. And well, the next we get out of Buck Island. The next big obstacle is Big Sluice. So start going up, trying to get to Big Sluice. Connor comes in over the radio and says, "Hey, do you guys need someone to stay back to help you guys?" And I said yes. Well, I didn't know who was going to stay back. Well, like, thank God Connor stayed back. Well, we had to get into Big Sluice. We had to make this 90-degree turn, and I was kind of stopped on like an uphill, and I really couldn't see what was going on. And there's a little bit of slack on the tow strap.
Yeah, so we're towing the CJ again, but
we're still towing it. Doesn't want to run.
But people, just so everybody can get the picture of what's happening, we were able to get the Jeep running well enough with all that fuel modifications, like I'm going to call it, done. But we were able to get the RPM set at about 1,300 RPM.
It did it by itself.
So it would at least was enough RPM to give it power steering and power brakes. So we weren't towing completely dead weight with the Gladiator, because it was trying to go forward, but only at 1,300 RPM. But he had power steering and power brakes, but we still had to drag it over everything. But that's what made it possible, was at least the motor was running.
Well, we were dragging it over everything, but also when the captain in his Jeep was trying to get up an obstacle, I was paying close attention to his tires, and as soon as they started to spin, I was able to build up enough RPM in the CJ and then dump it into drive, so that way the Jeep would kind of like bump up the obstacle, and I was able to drive up some of it so that he could get farther up the trail, the rock.
Get the front tires hooked.
So that way he can get up and pull me up the rest of the way. So we did that from Buck Island all the way. Anyway, so we get to the top of the hill, make a left to go down Big Sluice. There was a little bit of slack in the tow strap. And so the captain started to go, and it obviously yanked the tow strap, and it ended up picking up the front end of the CJ, shoving it off to the right. So I'm on flat ground. Well, there's a rock passenger front. Well, the rim shot into that rock, bent the rim, blew the tire out. So now I got a flat. So we couldn't get a jack under it, so we had to like drive the Jeep back, put the spare on it, throw the blown tire on the back.
That was about the nail in the coffin for morale. I mean,
I don't want to hear it, dude. I don't want to hear it.
The spirits were pretty decent. Actually, it was worse later.
That was the norm for me and Christian at that point.
Yeah, but these guys are up there. And there's like 3 guys in old Broncos up there, and this dude walks up after the tire just freaking debeads, and he's like, "Oh,
and the rim's all tweaked."
He's like, "Yeah, you guys ain't you guys are pulling this." I'm like, "Yeah." But he's like, "Yeah, you guys ain't making it down out the end of the trail." And I was like, "Bruce, sir." I was like, I told the guy, I was like, "I really don't need your damn negativity right now, bro." Like,
sorry, lose his mind right about then.
Yeah,
I had a little bit of an itch.
Yeah, and now I was like, dude, now we're gonna get this thing to the end of the trail, and I'm gonna pull this bitch all the way back to Loon Lake just to show the guy, like, hey, we pulled it down and back up.
Yeah. God. Yeah, so we put the spare back on, and Big Sluice is a feat in itself under power. Like trying to get down Big Sluice while towing a vehicle and not being under really any power was difficult. So thank God we did. We get down to the bottom. By this time it's starting to get dark. Well, I run out of fuel. So pull the fuel pump out again, the old fuel pump, get the Milwaukee battery. By this time I had longer wires, so we got it really far away this time.
We had to change that setup to make sure it didn't happen
catch
again.
the damn forest on fire. So pull out the rest of the fuel out that was in the tank, which was only about, I want to say, 1.5 gallons. Wasn't much. And we picked the fuel lines up out of the bottom of the fuel jug, so that way if there was any sediment in the bottom, it would pick it up and put it shit into the holly. So anyway, put the rest of the fuel in there that we had. I shoved those fuel lines down to the bottom of the tank, and kept going. Like I said, by this time it's dark.
Wheeling in the dark, towing the CJ, that was adventurous, but I gotta admit, I was having fun.
Oh, I had a blast. Like those KC lights. Shout out to KC and Crawlers and Coffee. KC donated some sick light pods on a raffle, and I won those light pods in the raffle last December. And I put them on the CJ. If I hadn't have done that,
you wouldn't be able to see.
Oh, there's no way. Those headlights are useless. Like those KC lights were clutch. They got cannons and then floods. So we just kept making our way out in the dark. We were hell bent to get to camp by the end of the day. We're probably we're coming up. We can see camp off to our left, but we still had to drive like down and around. We were like 5 minutes out. I ran out of fuel again. So Chris, our buddy Chris, hopped in his Jeep to come and show us which way we had to go because Connor was getting lost in the dark. He brought his 5-gallon fuel jug, put 5 gallons of clean fuel back in the jug, got us to the camp for that night.
Well, that was about the time I about lost my damn mind because we had just been pulling that thing down Big Sluice the entire time and through Rubicon Spring. And we got to Rubicon Springs, we were like, cool. Camp is right around the corner. And we get to Rubicon Springs, and the guy's like, yeah, at the pace you guys are at, you got about 30 more minutes. And I was like, gosh, damn, dude. But then we get over to camp, and we can see camp. Like, it's not far. Like, it's maybe 100 yards, 150 yards.
Right to our left, right there.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there, and I get on the radio. I'm like, hey, guys, there's a left turn, right turn right here. Where do I need to go? And they're like, oh, you want to go left. And I was like, cool. So I go left, and it just puts me in a circle and puts me back right where I came from. And I was like, guys, where do I need to go? And they're like, oh, you need to go left and take a left. And I was just sitting there, and I was like, I used some colorful language for sure. And I was just like, one of you needs to come up from camp and come find us because I'm literally about to lose my shit. And so that's when Chris drove around, thank God, and like showed us where to go.
Yeah.
Because
gave me fuel.
They're just shouting directions over the radio and had no idea what we were even looking at.
You can't see because it's pitch black in that forest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it went to full moon. Once you're in the woods, it was pitch black.
Yeah, so Chris ended up giving me 5 gallons of clean fuel, put that in the jug, led us the rest of the way into camp. I think we rolled into camp around like 10:30, 10:45, somewhere around there. We hadn't eaten lunch. We barely ate any breakfast because we were working on the Jeep in the morning, so we were all hungry. So set up camp, parked the Jeep under a tree, just made burgers and pretty much ate like kings that night because we were all just starving. And it was our last night on the Rubicon Trail.
Dude, those are the best chili cheese dogs I think I've ever had.
And then I made a chili cheeseburger for the Logan said for the record, left then left was correct. Connor,
no, that's a damn lie. It was left and then right, and it was left, and then you had to go right back up to the trail, pop out, and then go left again. So no, correct, it was left, right, left.
Yeah, it was a left, a right, left.
Yeah. They still don't know the directions.
So we get to camp, and then earlier, John Schultz, that used to work for Associated, he was telling us before we left for the Rubicon that there was a lot of bear activity out there this year. So we go to bed. I mean, we all obviously have our freedom seed throwers that we brought with us just in case something crazy happened. But in the middle of the night, the bear snuck in. I was dead tired, so I didn't hear a damn thing. Connor and Jasmine heard it.
He woke me up. I knew he was right outside.
It was like 2. It was like 2 a.m. and I hear a box of silverware like crash on the floor, like 5 feet from my tent, and I instantly was like, "Bear, cool." And
I thought he was in our trash.
Oh yeah, so I was just sitting there, and Jasmine was still asleep because she had earplugs in. But then I was sitting there for probably about 20 minutes at that point, listening to it, walking around camp, doing stuff, and then. So, and then she sees me sitting up looking around, and normally I don't wake up for anything. And she's like, "What?" And I was like, "There's the bears around here." And then she's like, kind of like in panic mode. So we sat there for probably an hour and a half just listening to this bear going around camp and stuff. And it was wild. And yeah, good thing Brandon wasn't there.
Christian, get your gun, Christian.
Oh, Nima's late, dude.
Nima, you bastard. I was going to have you on the live stream tonight, and you sent me the voicemail.
Oh, man.
Tisk. So.
Oh, hey, I was there, too.
He was our Persian bear.
Yeah. So anyway, so the bear got into our knives and forks box and stuff, and then there was no
hole in it.
There, bit a hole in the box. So he goes over to our buddy Chris's tote that he had all of his food in. Well, this fool opens up this thing, finds a brand new package of Oreos, and like, you know how like the Oreos have like that little thing you gotta like peel back. Dude, this bear probably, I don't know if it had fingers or what, but it like peeled the little thing back, ate all the Oreos, and then put it back. After finishing the Oreos, he found the peanuts, and the peanuts, it's like that little aluminum can with that little like plastic top you got to peel off. He perfectly peels it off, eats all the nuts out of it, and then puts the top back on.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we found all this out the next morning. So yeah, that was that night's adventure. Like I said, I was dead tired, so I didn't hear nothing. I just saw the chaos in the morning.
He left a big crap right outside of our camp.
Yeah. So
peeled it with his bare hands. That's a good one.
So anyway, so after we cleaned up the mess from the bear, Connor took off super early because he had a long drive home. We all did, actually. I only had that 5 gallons of fuel left that Chris gave me, and so I had a little like pump to siphon gas. Well, the only guy that had an old enough vehicle in our trip was Jacob, who lived up in way northern California. He had an old Bronco that he built up. So I ended up taking about 5. He had like 3/4 of a tank left or something crazy. He had a huge fuel tank. So I siphoned 5 gallons of gas out of him. We gave him some money for some fuel. And then Connor had already taken off. Yeah. Connor had already taken off. Well, thank God the radios didn't work because Connor started going. The last big obstacle to get out of the Rubicon was Cadillac Hill. And the hairpin's gnarly. There's a couple gnarly like rock sections you got to go to get up and out of there.
And it's slippery.
Crazy vertical like granite face that you got to go up like right at the beginning. Well, Connor tried to get us on the radio and tell us don't even bother, but thank God that transmission didn't come through or no one was listening because that would have been a serious morale killer for us. But
but if the Jeep hadn't been running better like it was, you guys would have been screwed for sure. If it was running like it was the night before, you guys would have been screwed.
Yeah, we would have had the winch. You pull winch a bunch of times to get
and daisy chain rigs.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we took off. I don't know what time this was at. This is now Monday. Took off, started going up Cadillac Hill. First wild obstacle is like a gnarly, like damn near vertical granite rock. The captain goes up. I'm still sitting flat on the bottom. Immediately his tires start spinning. So luckily, like I said, the Connor said the Jeep was running better. So I built up the RPM, gave it a bump, and was able to like get the Jeep up onto the rock. And then they pulled me up and out. Fought Cadillac Hill. Right at the bottom, there's a hairpin. And there's a natural spring that comes out of the ground. So now we got mud involved and a crazy like rock boulders and rock garden that we had to navigate through. Got the CJ through there. We had some folks come up behind us. I should actually go get it now that it's some folks come up behind us in Jeeps and they were towing little tiny military trailers. And I was telling him, like, I was telling this is CJ, my first year driving on the Rubicon Trail. We went last year, but I drove with the captain, shotgun. So he pulled out this book. I'll get it here in a little bit. And it was all the history of the Rubicon Trail. There was people with like horse-drawn buggies, old Studebakers with like wood spoke wheels. Yeah, gnarly, super cool book. So he gifted that to me, which was super rad. Anyway, we get about 3/4. So they passed us and they told us about that Cybertruck. So they're like, "Oh yeah, the rate you guys are going, you guys are going to be passing the Cybertruck in no time." And we were like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, this guy, he started at Loon Lake and started driving this Cybertruck, broke a bunch of axle shafts, and I guess he said that he just broke down to the point where they couldn't fix it. So they got a hold of Tesla, and Tesla ended actually sending people out, or mechanics out. Started on the Tahoe side, which is closer to Cadillac Hill." And they had this Cybertruck just blown apart. Like whole front end was apart, just to get to like some, I think, like electronic module that he needed to fix in there.
Yeah, Cybertrucks have no business being on that trail. Like that guy was doing it because he owns a company that makes aftermarket off-road parts for the Cybertruck. So it was more of a publicity stunt more than anything for the guy. But he had a Jeep JKU support vehicle with him, and that winched him through like 80% of the trail. Like Cybertrucks do not belong on the trail. He broke a rear axle, a rear diff, a steering rack, and 4 tie rods going from Loon Lake out to the end, which is
We stopped talking to them. We stopped and talked to them for a while though. They were pretty cool dudes.
They're cool people.
You talked to them because Braden and I were stacking rocks on this huge ass obstacle that we had to go.
You can be cool and be stupid at the same time. Both are possible. And he rolled into Rubicon Springs right before Cadillac Hill with 7% battery, and then had to talk to Rubicon Springs, and they had to run the generator all day long just so he could get enough charge to get the Cybertruck out. It's just
good night. I didn't know all that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's just stupid.
Yeah. So we end up getting. We say something, Dan?
I was gonna say, don't forget what happened when we were coming out of the Rubicon. Who did we pass? That was broken down. The same crew, the Bronco guy that told us we were never going to get our rig out of there. We passed them broken down.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that was before. So we get past the Cybertruck, probably go up another like 1/16 to 1/8 of a mile, and then we came up to what was that, Overlook Ridge? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, Rubicon Overlook. Yeah,
it's like where everybody takes group photos and stuff.
Yeah. So, there's Braden. Dude, Braden, you missed it.
Braden just got here.
That's our mobile auto parts store right there, everybody. That's Braden.
That's the tool man right there.
Tool man Braden, yeah. So we end up coming up to Outlook Point. All got out, had having some beverages and kind of somewhat celebrating that we got up Cadillac Hill, and we thought. It had been a year since I went, and we thought that we were pretty close to the end of the trail. Well, we weren't as close as we thought we were, but it was still kind of nice to be like, hey, like we got up the hardest part. Now it's just pretty much just Potato Rock was like the last major obstacle we had to get up.
Yeah, it was celebration time.
Yeah, so we celebrated a little bit right there. I got pictures of it. I'll show you guys. Anyway, so after we get done having a little bit of a break, take off, go to finish the trail. Well, the Broncos had pulled up behind us when we were at Outlook Point, and we waited for them to leave before we took off because obviously we're slower because I'm getting towed through the trail through it with a strap. So we get probably the rest of the way, probably about 30 to 45 minutes out from the end of the trail, and this fool broke like a CV joint or something on that Bronco. So they're dead in the water off to the side of the road, and we just kind of just like humbly pass them, and we're waving them as I'm getting towed out of the Rubicon. Get to Potato Rock, which was pretty.
When we drove by, the one lady that was there, she was like, I don't know how you guys got that thing out of there. She was They were blown away. That was pretty funny.
We were getting pretty damn good at it, though, I tell you.
Yeah, we had the system down pretty good.
Yeah. So come up to Potato Rock, which is a pretty gnarly little obstacle. The captain gets the gladiator through it. Well, I start to come up to it, and I ran out of fuel again. So because I'm idling at 1,300 RPM constantly, so it's just drinking fuel. So anyway, got the 5 gallons that I got from Jacob. Had to filter that back out because my jerry can also had rust in it. So filter that fuel back into the jug, fire the Jeep up, head out, and finally finish the Rubicon. I forgot to mention. So a couple of times when we were towing from like Buck Island and trying to finish, the steering got pinned, driver, passenger, and I would get my dad on the radio and tell him, hey, you got to stop. Well, the communication compared to reaction lag, the steering was already locked, and he kept pulling me. By the time he stopped, it was like torquing my steering. But thank God I put 1-ton steering on the front that held up like solid. Mm-hmm. But after doing that like 3 or 4 times, every time the Jeep went over like a rock, you could see it, both tires on the front were like doing stuff that they weren't supposed to be doing. So I was just praying the whole time, because if that would have broke, that would have been not good. So anyway, ended up, we'll tell that in a minute. Ended up finishing the Rubicon Trail. Still had a long day ahead of us because Nima had to get home. So we had to go back around to Loon Lake, get my truck, drive back down. The captain flat towed.
Well, and there was bears in the parking lot too.
Yeah, Connor said that. Well, by your truck and Brad's truck, there's
the truck next to my truck and the truck next to Brad's truck and one other truck all got their trucks broken into by bears. Like all of them, doors open, stuff torn out of them, like right next to my truck and right next to Brad's truck.
Don't leave any beef jerky or anything in your rig. They'll get in there.
Dude, not even a Skittle.
So anyway, we make our way back to Loon Lake to try to go get my truck, the tow vehicles, to put the CJ back on. Well, on the way up there, Nima and I rode with our friend Stevie and my cousin Caden. Well, Caden's driver's side front tire, for whatever reason, went flat. So they're like, oh, well, we'll just pump it up and then we'll keep going. Well, it was on the sidewall, and they pumped it up. As soon as we started going, every time that tire went around, you hear tss, 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 tss. So we probably went like an 1/8 of a mile. So pulled over, put his spare on there, took off. Anyway, grabbed the truck, drive back all the way down Ice House Road. For those of you that have been to Axial Fest, Ice House Road is the way up to. So you pass Rob's Resort and then drive another 10, 15 minutes, and that's where Loon Lake is, the beginning of the Rubicon Trail. So grab my truck, come back down. The captain had flat towed the CJ from Tahoe, because that's where the Rubicon Trail ends, like South Lake Tahoe, and then flat towed it back down to Ice House Road. And then Nima and I met them down there probably about 9 o'clock, 9:15. Got the Jeep loaded up on the trailer, left there probably around 9:30, and had a 10-hour drive home. So Nima, he had to go to work the next day. I called in, and because there was no way I was going to make it. Pulled into the captain's driveway at 6:45 a.m. Tuesday morning. Nima hops out. I go home, offload the Jeep. Had to take the trailer back. I rented a U-Haul. Took the trailer back. Get stuck in good old Southern California traffic because there was an accident on the 10 freeway on the way home. Sat in there for about 45 minutes.
I don't know how you stayed awake right there,
dude. Went home, took about a 40-minute shower just because like I was just covered head to toe in grease, and like my skin was stained from everything from the weekend.
It was mud.
Went to bed at 10:30 a.m. Woke up at 5:30 p.m. when my wife got home from work, and went to bed at 11 to try and get back on my sleep cycle. And then that very next day, I went on call for work, and my on-call phone keeps me up pretty much not all night, but it's broken sleep for a week. So I just got off call today. So that I might have missed some little things, but that was the Rubicon trip.
That's it in a nutshell. Long nutshell.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we took as much stuff as we did, because I think if this would have happened last year's Rubicon trip, we would have been screwed. 100%.
Oh, 100%.
Would have been screwed. This year, between having Braden there and all of us knowing how prepared we needed to be going from last year to this year, dude, we probably could have built a new CJ on the trail with how much tools and stuff we had. It was just crazy.
Chicken Bone RC, those guys came in.
He's in the chat. This trip was not for kids.
No, it was not for kids.
We had 2 kids with us, though, poor guys.
We did.
Yeah. So should we show the shirt that Braden did? It just showed up today.
Just showed up today.
I didn't even see this.
Dude, thank you, Braden. That shirt is so rad, bro. So there's the front.
So there's the front. That's Christian CJ.
That's cool.
Watch the back.
The toe strap on the front. I did.
Yeah, watch. Everything that went wrong: motor overheating, broken motor mount, distributor cap off, retarded timing, wrong IAC, drove over air filter, clogged fuel filters, clogged injectors, fuel pump failed, sediment in the fuel tank, blown out steering rag joint, bent wheel, blue tire off the bead, but we're still on schedule.
That's freaking rad.
So, God bless his soul. Braden was trying to
This is awesome.
Braden was trying to keep our spirits. Thank you very much, Braden.
Thanks, Braden.
Braden was trying to keep our spirits up the whole time while he was forking tools over to us left and right. But at the end of every day, he would look at me, come up to me, and he'd be like, "You know what? We went through hell again today, but we're still on schedule."
We're still on schedule.
He's like, "We're supposed to be here this day. We're here. We're supposed to be here this day. We're here."
And Nima too. We couldn't have done it without Nima.
Yeah.
So, dude, special shout out to Braden, to Nima, to Chicken Bone RC, both Big Al and Derek, to Brad, our team driver Brad, West Desert Wheeler. I mean, he helped me keep my sanity because we rolled up to Buck Island that one night, and like all the guys were RC rock crawling, but my truck, I needed to work on my truck, and I didn't want to work on anything. And he provided me the parts and fixed my truck for me to be able to. I mean, we do this hobby because it's therapeutic. I mean, you don't really think of anything else while you're driving RC rock crawlers. So I was able to get out, have some fun with the boys, and get my mind off of everything. So thank you, Logan. Like I said, Brad for helping me run and get that fuel pump. My cousin Dave and Kelly for everything, all the patience and the help that they provided us.
They helped us with the fuel system too when we had to make the custom gas can and new lines and all that.
Yeah, Caden and Stevie for working on the steering. Everyone that was in the group that just had the patience to deal with all of our bull crap the whole trip, just all this patience. My uncle Robert, my aunt, my aunt Jeanette, my grandpa Leonard.
Oh, just the people that walked up, because we got to camp late. I mean, it took us all day, and we were done by the time we pulled into camp every day. Mm-hmm. Just the people that brought us something to eat when we got into camp, because we were done. We were done by the time we got to camp every night.
If we were loaded and we had money, I would have 100% had a freaking helo come in and pick that damn Jeep up out of there and fly it to the road.
It crossed my mind. I tell you, it crossed my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, Sloth Crawler said, memories for a lifetime. Wish I was there with you. I don't know about that,
dude. No, you don't.
You know.
Dude, it was hell. But on that drive home after we got out of the Rubicon, and I was talking to Nima, and it's funny. Oh yeah, sorry. Logan said that he cooked me a wiener. He did. I really appreciated that hot dog, dude.
Oh man.
100%. I was just spent. But then Nima and I started talking about the whole weekend and what went down. And it's funny how like you're going through hell and everyone's in a pissy mood because we're all trying to figure stuff out. But like, dude, we weren't an hour and a half down the road after we loaded that CJ up on that freaking trailer, and we're already talking about it, laughing and stuff. So yeah, it was.
It took me a week and a half to get my mind clear.
Yeah.
It wasn't until last night when I started downloading video to get ready to do the Rock Parts video of the trip where I started getting excited again. I was like, okay, I'm ready to go back.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got back and that night we left at that parking lot like 9:30 and got home at 9 p.m. and I took a shower, slept in my bed, and I was like, cool, let's go again. I was ready to go, man. I called Andrew and I was like, bro, I'm ready to go again. Like I want to go back. And he's like, dude, me too. He's like, I'm already having withdrawals.
Yeah, I think I felt like I had the weight of everything on my shoulders to get that Jeep out of there. Because
I mean, it was your fault because you told him not to drop the fuel tank. So it kind of was your fault.
I have to take ownership of that. I agree. Oh crap.
Yeah, but normally I don't listen to you, but that was one thing I didn't really want to have to deal with.
We ran out of time too.
Yeah.
We ran out of time.
So. Yeah, we did run out of time. Dave said all you needed was the CJ to fall off the trailer on the way home, and that would have capped the weekend off.
Oh no.
For real.
Yeah, that would have. Yeah.
That was.
I don't know. Did you want to pop some pictures up? I know the show's
going
right.
Yeah. Let's do the giveaway real quick in case people want to get out of here. Okay. And then I can shoot up some of the pictures.
Okay. Sounds good.
Hold on a minute.
But the gang of Cherokees, dude, the Cherokees went strong, man. Not a single issue with a single shit box.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's something, not the Cherokees, but I think that's brings up something we to talk about before. If we do it again next year, we probably will.
Oh, we will.
We need to talk about, we need to put a limit to how many rigs we're going to take. Because I think this year we pretty much maxed out how many we reasonably can take and be able to keep together and camp together.
Braden said the 4-link that turned to 3-link. I forgot about that.
No, I think the group size was fine, but I don't want to go any more than that. But I think the group size was fine. Yeah. But next year, if we do it, we just need to split into 3 groups. So like, hey, these are the people in your group. You guys are going to go through the trail together. Don't separate from each other, but all 15 people don't need to be with each other. It's like 3 people, like group. You guys just stay with your group. So
yeah, that might work.
No one's gonna want to be with me. I tell you that. No, that Jeep's gonna be dialed next time it hits that.
I don't want to be with you,
dude. When that Jeep was running, you can ask anyone who was running with me. I was driving the piss off of that Jeep, dude.
Well, it was funny watching it wheel because it's so stiff. I told Christian multiple times throughout the trip, I was like, dude, it's like watching a skateboard rock crawl. Like the thing just doesn't articulate. It's legit like watching a skateboard crawl.
I can't tell you how many times I lifted tire.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I knew you would.
Yeah. But okay, so I got 32 entries right now. We got 53 people in the chat. So if you haven't commented, just throw something in there real quick to get you entered. We got here we go. Let me throw it back up real quick. Blue Interceptor rails.
So that's tonight's giveaway because we ditched you guys last week, so we're gonna do a chassis tonight.
All right.
And on that note, Rock Parts is also going to be selling chicken bone lanyards on our website here pretty soon.
All right.
And that's a package right there. Look how nice these are.
Did bone in or bone out?
A little bit of both.
Why don't you throw that in with the raffle and we'll give Derek the money?
We could do that. We're already doing a chassis. We'll do this next week. We already have the chassis.
All right. So let me see. I got 35 entries, 53 people. So if you haven't commented, I'll give you another minute, and then we'll go ahead and run it. So that way the people that want to get out of here can, and then afterwards we'll share pictures from the trip. And I think there's some video in there too of good old rock and roll McDonald's. Dude, Jacob was playing that damn song. Everyone hated that song, and by the end of the trip, while we're working on
singing it.
Oh, everyone's singing it. It's in videos now, and now I think like it's on my playlist on my phone just to bring back some of the good memories that happened on that trip, dude.
You know what? The funny thing is, I hated that song, but it made me laugh when I didn't want to laugh. So it was good for me at the time because there was plenty of nights I was done and that stupid song you kept playing it over and over again. And I just started laughing.
Well, the funny thing is, it was like came out at the worst times too. Like there's like times where like we thought we fixed the Jeep and we would fire it and it's just same thing. And then Jacob just get the speaker out and start playing it, and I was just sitting there like looking at both of you, and I was like, one of these two is gonna snap right now. I was like, someone's gonna snap. No one ever did.
Oh, dude, it was too funny. It was almost therapy.
It was. Because the terrible thing about working on that CJ at Buck Island was like we parked in a freaking rock bed. So like I'm laying under the Jeep with boulders like sticking into my back, and like I had this knot right here on the back of my head. It finally went away, and I was like, "What's going on?" I was like telling my wife, I was like, "I don't know why I got this knot in the back of my head." Well, when I was putting the fuel pump in, there was nowhere to put my head to like keep me up so I could see. So I was resting it on the leaf spring and like holding my upper body weight up with my head to put the fuel pump in.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, well, we got 38 entries in here. I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna share my screen real quick.
Yeah, I tried to do that the other night when I had to do it solo, and I couldn't figure out how to. Yeah, I did it, but I didn't know how to make it show where people could see it.
Oh yeah, you gotta do. I'll show you later. So
and also, I forget who won, but we never got the email. So somebody didn't get their giveaway yet. So I forget who won. So if you're here tonight, make sure you email us because we still got to give you the prize from 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Mezcal says run it. All right, we're gonna run it. Ready, set, no team drivers on this one. So here we go. Oh, sorry, Dave.
Oh, sorry, Dave.
Sorry, Dave. Sorry, buddy.
No chassis for you.
I'll buy you a beer at Pearl Am by the Fire.
Oh Lord, don't tell me.
Beer at Pearl Am by the Fire?
No, we're good. Okay, let me run it again. Trail Crawlers RC. There you go, buddy.
There we go.
I think that's 2 Rock Pirate rigs in his profile picture. So you want another one, bud? Congratulations. He's from Operation 11 Charlie.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So congratulations, brother. Send us an email at rockpartsrc@gmail.com. Let us know that you won the raffle for tonight, and then we'll go about a way to get that over to you.
Yeah.
So congratulations, buddy. Appreciate all the support you guys give us from Operation 11 Charlie. I think I'm not sure if both of those rigs, but at least one of those rigs has the limited edition interceptor rails that we did for Operation 11 Charlie.
Operation 11 Charlie, they have their live YouTube channel every Monday night. So they were live last night, and I really feel bad because I really wanted to be on. Watched last night's program, and I had too much going on around here, and I got completely sidetracked and missed it. So, but I'm going to try to start watching more on Monday nights and support Op 11.
Oh, Trail Crawler says he has number 11 of the limited edition Op 11.
Oh, right on. Heck yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good chassis. That's a beautiful chassis.
So. For those of you that want to stick around, I'm going to go ahead and start showing some of the pictures and the video that some of the guys took during the trip. There's quite a few of them, so I'm going to try and just kind of blow past them. We'll talk about some of them as I go by, but thanks for everybody for stopping in. Really appreciate it. If you guys want to stick around and see some of the pictures and the video from this weekend, you won't be disappointed. That the Rubicon Trails, it's a beautiful place. I mean, whether you're stuck out there, broken down, and towing your rig out like we were, I mean, regardless, I mean, we stopped every night and woke up to God's creation. So,
and we will have a special guest next week, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have a special guest next week.
And if you guys like 24s, please be here next week. You're really gonna like who we have on board.
Let me see here. Let me drag this up here. Is it gonna let me do this? Okay, yeah, there we go. Bear with me. I'm trying to get to the.
The Rubicon's not the worst place to break down, but it's not the best place to break down either. There's definitely like it's better than being in like Bakersfield or something, but
Yep.
so,
or Red Mountain.
yeah. Or what's the sulfur mining town out there by
Trona.
Red Mountain? Yeah, Trona. Imagine being broken down in Trona, sulfur mining town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a picture. I believe this is Loon Lake.
Yeah, that's my picture. Yeah, that's Loon Lake at night when we got there. It was a full moon.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing that's cool about the Rubicon too, is like there's no light out there. So when you get a full moon, it's like daytime out there. You can see everything.
You know, bringing that up next year, Connor, we need to schedule it again on a full moon weekend because that was awesome.
Yeah, it was sick.
Full moon on the Rubicon is beautiful.
So here's some of the rigs. We had Connor kind of give like a pre-shakedown trip, basically telling everybody this is not the trail to be bouncing your rig up things. Like if you try not to break it because it's a long trail. It's not long. It's 12 miles long, but it's long.
Yeah, like Logan said, this trail, it's not super hard. It's just a battle of attrition, really is what it is, really.
Yeah, there's really no place where you get to just sit back and relax. It's like one obstacle after another.
So there's Brad's rig. That's the rig that we went to go get the fuel pump with on Saturday morning. So 43-inch tires, it's built. It's a nice rig.
1 tons hydro steer, 43-inch swampers, ballast in the front tires.
This is after you do the gatekeeper. These are the granite slabs that you run into, and you go down in there. The beer trees down in the valley over here, just super rad, just super beautiful. I mean, shoot, you can pick lines with RC rock crawlers even there, and so just some pictures of us going down. This is one of the bridges that you cross right here. There's 2 bridges on the trail that you have to go over. There's a little spring underneath here that we stopped at and was able to cool down and get some cool water over your head. And I was pulling water bottles out and pouring it on the radiator of the CJ to try and get it to cool down a little bit.
It's also a fun bridge to put all your stickers on.
Oh yeah, there's stickers. There's Rock Pirate stickers on there. At Connor put an
look for the Rock Pirate stickers if you ever go to the Rubicon.
Oh.
Yeah, look for the Rock Pirates and Axial stickers.
Yeah. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At least nine rigs from our group right there. There's who is that? That's Andrew. That's AK Fab. Look him up on Instagram, AK Fab. For those of you that are Southern California, if you need anything done with your Jeep, hit him up, and then he might be able to help you out.
Yeah, he's really good at metal fabricating.
Shout out to Andrew. He came over and helped me do the 1-ton steering on the Jeep, and him and my buddy Brad. Thank you very much, Brad Jackson, for helping me out with the steering as well. I really appreciate it, brother.
Look at that picture right there. I mean, just with the trees and everything, it's beautiful, man.
Yeah, it's beautiful up there.
Incredible.
Steezy Stevie.
Yeah. So there's Connor going up the Soup Bowl. If Connor had lockers in the front, I think he would have made it up the Soup Bowl. He had to get winched out. But it was definitely a good effort. He was on the right line, got up in there, but ultimately he had to get winched out. But
it was close, man.
Yeah, he was real close. So,
that's a fun line. That's a good one.
But yeah, these are just all some of the views. This is a sick V-notch that you had to go through right here. You can get yourself into a pickle in that little V-notch.
Take your mirror off, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, look at that. It's so beautiful up there.
Yeah, you definitely got to take your RC crawlers. There's RC crawling everywhere up there.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
I just wish we had more time.
I'd like to spend another day at Buck Island next year.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Oh, speaking of that,
can you guys hear the audio?
What?
Can you guys hear the audio on the video?
Yeah.
I can't hear it. But my Canyon coolers, dude, those kept ice for like 4 days.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
By the 4th day, it was cold water. The ice just finally gave up. But I couldn't believe how long those held ice.
Yeah, if you guys ever need a good ice chest, then I mean like a really good ice chest, like better than Yeti ice chest. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that just to say that. Like I think Taylor from Crawler, if he's still in there, he's had Yeti and Canyon, and he'll tell you too. Same thing. Canyon coolers are way better, and they are a little bit cheaper. So they're based out of Arizona. So definitely go check out Canyon coolers and pick something up if you guys can. They're super great people.
Yeah.
Well, Braden, I think it was Braden that had the big Yeti cooler in his rig, and our Canyon coolers held ice about a day and a half to 2 days longer than his Yeti did.
Yeah, crazy. So this is Buck Island Lake. This was the first stop for day one that we didn't make it to. We stopped at Arnold's Rock and the CJ, but this is where we finally made it to Saturday.
Hey, Christian, click on Braden's comment.
I can't see it.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, let me.
Braden said my 2 Yetis didn't keep ice all weekend. The Canyon was definitely better.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I can see them. I thought I went full screen on my screen to see if it made it bigger for people, but it doesn't. So I'll just leave it. I can see the comments now.
I wish there was more water on the trail this year. It definitely was more dry, but last winter just wasn't great. Last year there was definitely more water on the trail, which was kind of cool.
But the lake was warmer.
Yeah, the lake was warmer. That was really nice.
Here we go, guys.
Like
Here we go.
Yeah, this is the 3rd breakdown spot for the CJ.
This is where we had to do all the fuel repairs, doing all in the steering, laying in the rock.
Yeah, so this is at the bottom of Big Sluice. No, I didn't see any pictures of Big Sluice. This is the second bridge that you had to go over to get to Rubicon Springs.
That's a tight turn in the Gladiator.
Yeah.
To get on that bridge.
I wish I had video. I don't know if we have it of Wyatt right here going up that rock where he stood it up on 3 wheels. That was cool. That's Rubicon Springs, so they'll hold events there. There was like a Razor event going on that weekend. They left on Saturday. But yeah, this is part of. So there's a big helipad somewhere in the background, behind the trees over there, where the helicopter supplies down and stuff in for the events that happen.
Yeah, I bought another case of water there because we drank so much water because we were working on the Jeep so much in the sun. We went through the waters a lot faster than we anticipated, so I had to buy a case of water.
Yeah,
when we got into Rubicon Springs.
This is Cadillac Hill right here. This is going up Cadillac,
and you can't tell how steep stuff is in the pictures. It just doesn't show.
There's a Cybertruck. That's the mechanic from the Cybertruck. That's theirs. But yeah, this is all of us watching the Jeeps go by as we're working on the CJ. So that was pre Rubicon Trail. I was putting new shocks on the Jeep, and I put a little electric fan, which probably didn't help a damn thing on there, but it was kind of a smaller fan. But there's Big Chongus. There's Nima.
There he is. Nima walked half the Rubicon spotting for people.
Yeah,
he worked hard.
Yeah, he did. Poor guy. I feel bad. There's Braden and Nima, and then my aunt and my grandpa in the background. There's my aunt and my grandpa. My grandpa turns 80 this year, so kudos to Grandpa for going out there and toughing it out with us.
So Jerry said Jeeps are for girls, but just a reminder, Jerry, Jeeps won World War II.
That's true.
This is true. Killed General Patton, but won World War II.
He wasn't in a Jeep when he died.
He wasn't in a Jeep.
I thought he was in a Jeep when he got hit, though.
Mm-mm.
No, he was in his one of his cars.
So
that's cool.
That's a Stevie Jeep.
Yeah. Yeah, Dave, Grandpa's definitely looking good for his age. He ain't slowing down, that's for sure. That dude still comes out to King of Hammers every year and camps with me and all my hooligan friends for 5 days plus.
Yeah.
The dude just loves a good time.
Yeah, Pop just keeps going.
He's just out there. All he wants to do is hang out and drink picklebacks.
We didn't have time to drink picklebacks this trip.
I know.
Yeah, we definitely had an awesome group this year. I mean, couldn't have done it without everyone there, honestly.
But we stayed on schedule.
Stayed on schedule. That's what matters.
Yeah, Ian, you definitely need to come next year, dude.
Oh, that's the end. That's the end of the pictures.
It's the picklebacks.
I know Jason needs to go next year too.
Yeah, he wanted to go, but it was too last minute for him, so he couldn't get time off of work.
Too last minute? We knew a year in advance, well, not a year, but we knew like 5 months in advance.
Yeah.
Look at Jason's comment. That's funny.
Dad has a sticker on his Jeep that says, "My Jeep won the war. Your Honda cuts my lawn."
That's true. I don't know. The Rubicon, it's when I was on the trail this year, I was like, dude, maybe we do take a break next year, man. And then as soon as I hopped off the trail and put the Jeep on the trailer, I was like, I'm coming back next year for sure. So I don't know. Next year I'm gonna do the Moab for sure, but I definitely plan on doing the Rubicon again next year. I think I'll probably do it.
So Nima sent me these. This was.
And it's also rare to see Grandpa in shorts too.
Yeah. I mean, look at my legs. You can see like how dirty and just grungy.
We were disgusting by that point.
I was taking like cloth baths out of the water jug on the back of the CJ all weekend.
What I loved about that is we were drinking Sierra Nevadas in the Sierra Nevadas. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, this is me trying to have a good time.
Yeah, Cody, like I said, it's not a super hard trail by any means. It's not an easy trail, like you're not bored, but it's just nonstop rock. It's not like dirt trail, obstacle. It's just nonstop rock and obstacles the entire time. So it's definitely worth doing. It is just definitely my favorite trail of all time. That's for sure.
I think what happens a lot is people bring rigs that aren't ready for it, and then the other thing is it's obstacle after obstacle, and after a while you start getting fatigued, and then you get lazy, and then you get stupid, and that's when people start breaking stuff.
Like
you just gotta chill out. Like you just gotta pick your lines well, and just not overdo it. Like it's not a hard trail to do and not break your rig on.
Yeah.
It's just don't be dumb.
So you can see this guy right here. This is a pretty decent sized hole on like a kind of like off camber side hill right here. It doesn't look like a side hill, but it is. And he got his fronts through. His rear started to go through, and that passenger side rear dipped into that hole, and that's what rolled that Toyota over.
Yeah, and that I don't know if that guy was just tired and was made a bad line choice or what, which it was. That 100% is bad line choice.
Bad line choice.
But it's just, I don't know if he just didn't see it or if he was tired or what, but that's just an instance right there of you just got to pay attention.
Well, his kid was in the car with him too. Thank God he was strapped in, dude.
Logan said you will master where your diff housing is on this trail, and that is 100% a fact. If you've ever driven at Brackett Airfield with your RC crawler, it's just like that. You're going to become a master of strategically putting your differential where it needs to be, for sure.
Yeah.
Or you're just gonna have a really bad time. You either put your differential where it needs to be, or you just have a bad time. Either way.
Yeah. This was, what was I doing? Oh, I was Connor lent me some Teflon tape, and I was putting that on the putting that on the new fuel pump fittings, and this is the hose that we were running down into the fuel tank with the old fuel pump to get the fuel out of there.
Yeah, Cody, a lot of us are on 30, most of us are on 35s. Christian's on 35s, all the Cherokees were on 35s. Brad was on 43s, which is badass, but not needed for the Rubicon. And then my dad's Jeep is on 37s, but my cousin, he did it on 35s on his Cherokee with completely stock axles, no lockers, completely open diffs. He got to get winched one time. That was last year. But yeah,
but you will be stacking rocks every now and then.
Yeah, you can.
That's me still trying to have a good time.
But yeah, you can.
Oh, there's a tire. Brady, Nima sending me all these pictures on Discord right now.
Oh, these are all on the. Oh, there's that freaking idiot, dude. Oh my god.
These are the yeah.
Well, this guy, they had blown the tire off, and then they were trying to put the bead back on, shot a bunch of brake cleaner in there, went to go fill it back up, but they didn't see the big gash that they had on the side. They had a perfectly good spare right here in the back, but they were trying not to use it because they were leaving the next day. So.
And they were just drunk and high out of their minds, like you would never believe.
This is that the one of the Broncos out of that trip. He ended up losing his front locker, so he cruised by. He's got one of those. What is it? Like a Godzilla motor in there, I think.
That was a badass Bronco, dude. That was a nice rig.
Oh, here you go.
Oh, shoot.
Me still trying to have a good time.
Yeah, sign and drive people. Yeah, exactly, Ian.
But anyway. Yeah, man. Looking back at all those pictures, it reminds me of the hell we went through. But I mean, like, I still had a smile on my face at least at some point in the trip. So yeah. Good times. So all right. Well, with that, I think that wraps up. We're pushing an hour and 40 minutes now. So that wraps up our I don't know, kind of Rubicon trip of 2025.
Yeah, we'll do the video here. I'll try to get all the. I'm still waiting for some more video from a few people. I know Nima's got a lot of good stuff. So once I get a little more video, I'll start editing, and then we'll put it on the Rock Parts YouTube channel.
Okay.
Logan said, Connor, do you have the Sound of Nature video?
Yeah, is that the one of Jacob that you're talking about, Logan, where he's out there? We just got down that obstacle and he's sitting there beating the shit out of his Bronco with a hammer, trying to fold the fenders in and stuff. if that's the one you're thinking of, yes, I do.
Braden, let me see if I can.
Oh, Travis is saying, hope to see you guys this Saturday. So they have the comp, mini comp, cash comp that he's putting on up in the high desert.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Braden, I don't know how to get into our Dropbox, bud. I accepted your friend request, but I can't see if you post it. If you can post it in your chat, and then I can share it that way. But yeah, I mean, all in all, like I said, it was a rough trip, and I definitely don't want to do that same trip again. But having that group that we had this past year with all the help that we got from everybody. If I forgot to say thank you, if you watch this live later on, if I didn't say your name, I really appreciate everything you guys did for us to help us to get out of that trail. Because if it wasn't for you guys, man, it wouldn't it would have been a nightmare.
Yeah,
it was already a nightmare, but it would have been a lot worse.
It took a village to get us out of there.
100%. So. But yeah, so with that, guys, just thanks for stopping in and listening to us banter about our nightmare trip that we had on the Rubicon Trail this year. Yeah, just thanks for being here tonight again, and we look forward to seeing you guys again next week.
Yep, thanks, guys. Appreciate you stopping in and hanging out with us again. And next week, have your 24 on your workbench in front of you, and be ready for some 24 talk. And if you got any questions or need any upgrade parts, we're going to have the guy you're going to want to meet and talk to on our show next week.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us and listening to us talk about that nightmare of a trip. That was definitely wild. That was still fun though. Still good.
Yeah.
It's good memories now, which I knew in the moment. I was like, man, this sucks right now. But these are gonna be some kick-ass memories later on, a little while from now, and they are. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys, and coming in and watching. This was a fun one.
Yeah, for sure. So thanks again, guys. We'll see you guys next week.